It's moving day for the nursery school kids. They're off to their brand new home. Pujon gets a second chance to bond with Snow White Alba. Misfits, Au, Ruthie and Kesi struggle to fit into their new island home. And when 4 large males arrive on Bangamat Island, the result is chaos, which could endanger everyone. At Reunited, the school day begins with the usual parade of students. Most appear to enjoy the opportunity to socialize with their buddies. But Beni insists on a personal escort. Beni is twice as heavy as a normal 3-year-old. So babysitter Celastri may have picked up more than she bargained for. Can she convince him to walk the rest of the way? Not a chance. Beni knows what he wants. A free ride all the way to class. Up the Rungan River, where the pre-release islands are located, Bangamat Island appears peaceful this morning. 3 orangutans were relocated here yesterday, causing some upheaval. So 2 teknisi have been here since sunrise, keeping a close eye on things. There's a somber mood among the newcomers this morning. Kesi, with her missing hand, still appears anxious, while Ruthie hangs back, hiding behind this pig-tailed macaque. Au's the 3rd newcomer, and after yesterday's drama, she's perched herself as far away from the feeding platform as she can get. When they arrived on the island, Au was attacked under the platform by Bangsu, one of Bangamat's dominant females, causing Kesi to run for cover. Traumatized Au's still keeping her distance, where she can safely scan the scene. Suddenly, there's drama down below. Maybe it'll be fun on Bangamat Island after all. Over at Jungle School, forest groups 2 and 3 are taking class together. Today's challenge is to master the 2-stage process of opening a coconut. First, husking, then nut cracking to access the sweet milk and the meat. 4-year-old Yoko is a Group 3 student, and he's got this down. His secret is to grip with hands and feet. Utilizing agile fingers and toes, while his strong teeth, twice the size of humans, tear off the husk. Yoko's skill attracts a spectator. Beni loves coconuts as much as bananas. But he usually relies on his babysitter to open them. Maybe today he'll actually try it himself. Up the road from jungle school, at the old baby house, the youngsters know something's up. There are way more babysitters than usual, and even a couple of veterinarians. Everyone's wearing masks as a precaution against spreading human germs. But this isn't a medical checkup. It's moving day for these nursery school kids. Mima seems anxious, while Noni's the paparazzi monitor today. Jelapat is desperate to begin this adventure, but Talakan's not so keen. The wait is over. The new nursery school is good to go. In the surrounding jungle, Nyaru Menteng's staff complete the finishing touches. A few rubber ropes, tire swings, and the odd wicker basket transform the jungle into a nursery school classroom. The official opening ceremony is scheduled later today. But first, the students get to try out the new facilities. It's a bit too far for the wheelbarrow school bus, so today the youngsters have a new set of wheels. The last time all these little orphans travelled by road, they were leaving behind traumatic lives. This morning's rehearsal is to familiarise them with the bus and ensure they're all calm for the afternoon's ceremony. It takes 20 minutes to get to the new baby house. So far, so good. Barwan just wants to watch the world go by. But Kalanis is more interested in practicing his high bar routine. Even timid Wine steps up to take in the sights. These little orphans don't know it yet, but they're on their way to a massive facility upgrade. Over on Bangamat Island, 15-year-old female Sapa is keeping breakfast vigil on the platform. When newcomer Kesi approaches, wise Sapa stays very still, as if she doesn't want to scare her. Breakfast arrives, and suddenly all the residents turn up. Bangsu, who attacked Au yesterday, keeps her focus on the banquet. But Kesi is too timid to join in. And Au's still keeping her distance. On the platform, the pig-tailed macaque who was guarding Ruthie is clearly at home. Named Mbing, he was also transferred here from Nyarumenteng when he proved to be a bit too mischievous for the forest school kids. He's bigger and more aggressive than the pesky long-tailed macaques, so he keeps them away. In return, Mbing's allowed as much orangutan fruit as he can eat. Breakfast attracts a special twosome. 14-year-old Vista carries her infant, 4-month-old V. Vista arrived at Nyarumenteng when she was 9 months old and excelled in class. Now she's proving to be a nurturing mother. And some of the island orangutans are especially curious. Ping always wants to see the baby. Au finally plucks up courage to grab a takeaway. She spies the mother and baby and seems fascinated. Perhaps the calming influence of this family's presence will help Au find her place in the crowded island community. At the Forest School coconut tutorial, Beni's still conscientiously husking. But Yoko, showing off to classmate Tomang, is first to access his milk. Beni reverts back to an old habit. He's not really a bully, just a very hungry food thief. Nine-year-old Rinto turns up from Group 5 to police this coconut conflict. Rinto decides Beni should have no coconut at all. Nope, not getting this one either. Poor Beni. All he's left with is a pile of sodden greens. It's not fair. Yoko's still got a coconut. With a surprising burst of energy, Beni goes after him again. The commotion attracts the attention of another older female, Reren. Who comes in with the heavy artillery. She wastes no time in punishing Beni. Things are getting out of hand. The delivery of more coconuts ends the brawl. Beni's left with just an empty husk and his low social status. He's not impressed. Back on Bangamat Island, Kesi's also struggling to find her place in this new social order. In her previous home on Palace Island, she likely would have sought out company from her friend Satria. Sadly, he was left behind, as he wasn't ready yet for the wilder Bangamat Island. But someone else has their eyes on Kesi. It's 11-year-old female Ponti. She's recognized Kesi. And Kesi immediately knows her. These two were both transferred to Palace Island after they graduated jungle school together. But their friendship was cut short when Ponti was moved here over a year ago, as she was ahead in her forest skills. This unexpected reunion shows just how strong the bonds are that form between the orphans who grow up together. This newfound peace on Bangamat may not last, though. More new residents are about to arrive. Today, 6 orangutans have been chosen to transfer to pre-release Bangamat Island. The Nyaru Menteng holding facility is a safe environment for orangutans after they graduate from jungle school. But the goal for every individual is a chance to live in the wild. 18-year-old female Saab and 17-year-old female Lupu grew up in a Thailand circus. Where they were trained to perform. After being rescued from this misery at age 6 and 7, Lupu and Saab were too old to join jungle school. So they've been cared for here. Now, after a decade of waiting in the confines of the holding facility, these adult females will finally get their first taste of freedom. The other 4 candidates chosen are almost adult males. Pims, Lau, Valent, and Jerry. Males, whether younger than 15 like these guys, or fully grown with cheek pads, can be difficult to place on pre-release islands. The crowded living means more placid males are often chosen over those who show aggressive tendencies. It's hard to forecast how these 4 big guys will behave on Bangamat Island. But Vet Argus has fought hard to include them because they've been in the holding facility for way too long. Now, they finally have a chance to experience the jungle. How they will cope with the transition is always hard to predict. Over at Nyaru Menting, in the special socialization cage, Alba, the world's only known albino orangutan, is a long way off from her return to a forest. But she appears happy with her new friends. Pujon, however, isolated next door, is still agitated at Alba's presence. This was his home. And these were his friends. But his aggression toward Alba forced the staff to put him on a timeout in the smaller transition cage. Alba's still eager to interact with Pujon. But it seems petulant Pujon isn't ready to make friends. She's not bothered. She's got her new crew to play with. As Pujon kiss squeaks in annoyance, one of the Technici watches closely. They know that tantrums like this can pass. And so later today, Pujon will get a second chance to make friends with Alba. Up the road, the bus pulls into the new baby house right on schedule. It's time for these youngsters to test out their new home. The shiny indoor playground might be a bit overwhelming for these nursery school kids. And Mochi needs reassurance. But one baby is already exploring the exciting new equipment. Noni is the ultimate climber. The rubber ropes seem the same. And the wicker baskets are familiar. But this is new. These hoops substitute for the sleeping nests that the students will someday make in the wild by weaving together branches. The hope is that each baby will eventually take a sleeping blanket up here to line their nest. Vet Leah encourages Weene to explore. But her bus ride bravery seems to have faded. It looks like Noni will remain queen of the jungle gym today. On the Rungan River, a convoy motors toward Bangamat Island. It's carrying the 6 orangutans from the holding facility. The Technici have decided to release the large males at a new feeding platform, far away from females Kesi, Au and Ruthie, to avoid immediate confrontation with the newcomers. commotion attracts an audience. It's mostly males who hang out on this side of Bangamat. And there's a hierarchy, so there could be aggression. But a little food helps calm the mood. This is a profound moment for 11-year-old Pims. The one female present, 16-year-old Mano, gives him a helping hand and seems to welcome him. After 2 years of cage life, Pims hasn't forgotten the purpose of a feeding platform from his time in jungle school. A few sniffs from his new neighbours, and he's already part of the gang. 12-year-old Lau is next. But local Parko doesn't seem pleased with the new arrivals. Lau's first move after 4 years in a cage is to challenge Parko. This could be a dangerous situation. Agitated males can seriously injure each other, and the violence riles up the onlookers.
Kita mundur.
Suddenly, Pims goes on a rampage, with Jerry stuck inside the cage. If he topples the boat, the other caged orangutans on board could be in danger of drowning. Swinging oars and yelling usually scares orangutans away. But Pims isn't budging.
Go back, you guys back.
Jerry takes a tumble in his cage, bringing him dangerously close to the water. So one of the Technici makes a move.
Just another Wednesday.
Pims finds shelter in the canopy. But then riled up Lau attacks from above. Lau and Pims were peaceful neighbours in the holding facility. But now, the traumatic release has caused them to turn on each other. The team will have to find a safer site to release the rest of the orangutans. At the Nyaru Menteng main compound, Pujon is still on a timeout. But he seems to have relaxed his attitude a little. Alba reaches again for his treasured ball. But this time, he doesn't hassle her. Maybe it's time for Pujon to have a second chance back with the group. But first, Alba's due for some blood work. As an albino, she requires regular health monitoring. Lucky for the vet team, she's one of their best patients. The vets reward the cooperative youngster with extra snacks, which is the perfect distraction to let Pujon back in unnoticed. Initially, Pujon ignores his snow-white rival, who's still busy with her treats. He comes in to grab some lunch. Alba acts nonchalant, but she knows he's there. Perhaps he understands that she's the queen of this cage now, as she's gained respect from Anu and the other two. One of Alba's favourite games is playing in her bucket boat, either alone or with her crew. Pujon makes a move to join in this game. He politely stares at her, supervised by Radmala. And then gently grooms her arm. He even takes her for a joyride. This relaxed behavior shows they're accepting each other. They move on to the sack game. Pujon particularly likes to play dress-up. And then they begin to battle. This, however, is a play fight, one of the ways orangutans negotiate their place in the constantly shifting social order at Nyaru Menteng. For now, it seems Pujon and Alba have a truce. But whether it's King Pujon or Queen Alba in charge is still unclear. At the new baby house, the young student's energy is dwindling. Even Noni is all climbed out. Jackie and Boomy start a cuddle puddle, while Jelapat and Telekan test their new home in an unusual way. Orangutans rely on touch, sound, taste and smell to understand every part of their world. But they'll have to put their investigation on hold, as the babysitters want the students to be well rested before the official opening ceremony this afternoon. Time to head back to the old baby house for a nap. Jelapat and Telekan aren't ready to leave. Finally, all the babies are on board. Like clockwork, many youngsters are right back to the curtain rails, while others start their nap before they even arrive back. These babies have already had a momentous day, but in a couple of hours, they'll be the stars at the opening ceremony of their new home. On the Rungan River, the release team heads toward the quieter side of Bangamat Island, where females Kesi, Au, and Ruthie hang out. Thai circus girl, Saab, is first up for release. The team's arrival puts Kesi on edge. She joins Au in the safety of the trees. But long-term resident Hanyu is curious about the caged arrivals. Saab doesn't wait around, though. This moment is long overdue. Despite the loving care she's received at Nyaru Menteng, nothing beats climbing a tree for the first time. Lupu's next. And she has an unexpected visitor. It's Kesi. Lupu needs a bit of encouragement. After growing up in a Thailand circus, it's possible she's never been in a jungle. So this could be a bit overwhelming. She attracts some attention from above. It's dominant female Bangsu, who viciously attacked Au yesterday. Au watches. But their roughhousing appears more playful than aggressive. It seems these two have hit it off. Jerry's getting impatient. He is not a fan of the cage. He was likely very traumatized inside it when Pims pushed it towards the river. He's not finished yet. Valent is still trapped in his cage. The team has to stop this. A Teknisi flanks the angry male. The distraction buys enough time to release poor Valent. And then, as suddenly as it began, the storm is over. The Teknisi offer Jerry a sweet peace treaty. One of the females, Fina, breaks the ice. It's a great first step in restoring the peace. It's time to leave. And Jerry takes one more charge at the team to send them on their way. It looks like there's a new boss on this corner of Bangamat Island. It's time for the end-of-day snack at forest school. But one student is missing from his usual place at the front of the line. Beni's keeping a low profile since receiving a beating earlier today. But his bully isn't far away. Reren started a free-for-all with some older Group 5 students. Beni's fear of missing out gets the better of him. Seven-year-old Ben is just a spectator, but not for long. This is just play fighting. But Beni initiating a game shows he's feeling a bit more confident. And he's no pushover. He's younger than his opponents. But at twice the weight of a normal 3-year-old, Beni holds his own. His specialty is the Beni roll, which helps with speedy getaways. Soon, Beni will have his official weigh-in, which may lead to some serious changes. Everything's ready for the official opening ceremony at the new baby house. While the local community gathers, the stars are backstage on standby. And their patience is fading. Jelapat's keen to get this show on the road. Now, how do you turn this thing on? Maybe this will help. What about this? Jelapat may not be able to solve the puzzle, but he certainly knows how to get everyone's attention. He'll have to leave the driving to the experts. The baby bus gets the green light. A local Borneo Dayak shaman greets the young students with a blessing. The ritual is to bring good fortune to the youngsters and to ask the spirits of the surrounding forest to look after them in their new home. It's the first time the Dayak people have ever held this ceremony for a non-human. Now, on to the main event. True to form, Jelapat and Telekan are inseparable. They've been chosen as the symbolic couple to represent the future of the Borneo orangutan population. They seem a bit camera shy. But Barwon puts on a show for the locals. This ceremony is truly significant in the community's recognition of this special species. The festivities have got the orphans all tuckered out. And Mochi decides the ceremony's over. It's time for bed in their brand new dorm. Rona's already out cold. But not everyone cooperates. Come on, you two. Mima still wants to play. Can't they go back outside? It's still light out. She finally gives in. And soon there's a chorus of 16 softly snoring babies. At the Nyaru Menteng main compound, Pujon is nowhere near ready for bed. He's pumped to be back with his friends. It's good to be the king, but the queen is nowhere to be seen. Across the compound, Alba is alone, back in her original quarantine cage. The results from her blood test revealed she has a potentially deadly disease. Typhoid. She made big strides today, but this could be the end of her quest to the wild.